Hi beautiful bunnies. Hi beautiful bunnies. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. If you are here for the first time, don't leave without subscribing. As you can see, I've got a guest today, and it's kind of a, is it a mukbang or mukbang? Whatever that is, but it's just a chill day on campus, and we decided to shoot because we felt we had a lot of stuff in common when it comes to height. Exactly. But you're not that tall.
Oh, but I am tall.
No, you're not that
the
tall.
fact that I'm tall.
Okay, the fact that you're tall counts.
Yeah.
So we've got strawberry crushes. Cheers. We've got strawberry crushes and chips. I would want to introduce you myself, but it's like you have like a whole lot of stuff going on, and I'm just gonna live
You can say that again.
like you have like a whole bio, so I'm just gonna give you this opportunity to just introduce yourself and tell us what you're up to, you know.
Okay. Hi beautiful buddies. So standing here next to Charlene is Nompumelelo Mkhonto. I am 19 years old. I am Miss Teen Ed Child Public Choice 2022, and I'm currently on a Jenny pageant, Miss Spinner finalist, and Miss African Beauty. Miss Spinner voting panel is open. Can you please vote for me? I'm a poet.
Oh yes, and I also didn't know about that. I only found out about that like recently.
I'll see your poem one day.
Yeah. So the reason why we're doing this video together is because we've realized that we have like a lot of stuff in common when it comes to height. You know, the other day we're just having a conversation about these are the kind of stuff that we go through as tall girls, okay?
Yeah.
And I, for one, went through most of the stuff that you were talking to me about them. So I was like, okay, let's have a video together, you know. But I would like you to first tell us about your modeling career. Like, where did that start? How was what was the inspiration behind all of that?
My modeling journey,
yes,
it's quite a lot. I knew I was born for something great. I mean, I was born thin. I grew up thin, and my height was tall. So I grew up in a community where modeling was something foreign, uncommon. And then there was this other time at the year 2019, I watched Miss South Africa, and there was Zozibini Tunzi there. And then one thing that she said was she wanted us to see our reflection reflected in her.
Okay.
She's a beautiful South African lady, and I decided to stand my ground as a woman. I took one step of saying no, I want to do modeling. Saying that in my community the modeling was something uncommon. So when I first came here at Johannesburg, I'm from Mpumalanga by the way, when I came to Johannesburg, that's when I saw the opportunity to start my dream.
Earlier on this year, there was a competition that you joined and you actually won, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit about that competition?
So around March, there was Miss Ed Child and Miss Teen Ed Child, Mr. and Miss actually. So that was my first pageant. I was so scared. You should have seen me in those videos. I was rushing to get off the stage, but then it was worth it because it made me realize that I'm born for greatness. Okay, I was crowned Miss Teen Public Choice.
That's big though.
Yeah, for the first timer.
Yes, actually,
It's
like
great.
that's. So, what would you say? What has been your greatest achievement in your modeling career? Would you say this is it? Like, this has been so far.
This has been so far, but considering how much I grew in the modeling patiently or in the modeling world, I feel like my self-confidence has grown up to another level. I started to realize who I am, and I started to appreciate my individuality and my uniqueness. Do you understand? That's what I've achieved.
Honestly though, there's a lot that you can do once you step out of your comfort zone and do the things that you really want to do.
Exactly.
But you're scared to do them.
They say dream or do nothing.
Okay, I as a tall girl have experienced like quite a few challenges with my height. I was not in acceptance of my height. I remember there were times where I would pray that God, can you at least do something about my height? Like, can you change me? You know, I would crawl. Like, even when I'm sleeping, I'll just call myself up, because I believe that if I stretch, then I'm stretching my muscles and I'm growing. And I just couldn't wait for me to reach the age of 18, because I believe that once I reach that age,
You'll stop growing.
I'll stop growing. I'll stop growing, right? I was not confident with myself. Whenever I was with tall girls, you'd see me leaning by, just so, you know, just to be on the same height with them.
Yeah.
So for you as a tall girl as well, have you experienced any issues, or have you seen your height as an issue at some point in life?
Well, there was a time where I felt insecure about my height because I had friends who were shorter than me. All of my friends were shorter than
That
me.
was me.
And then imagine walking down the streets, or maybe you're at school and then you're walking. Obviously, they're gonna see you as the eldest in that group. And I was like, no, I'm not the eldest. Yeah, well, and then that's one of the things. And then considering that we're taking pictures, I'm the oldest and I'm gonna ruin the picture. So I have to bend a little bit.
You have
That's
to
one of the
accommodate
things.
people. Like, for
You know
what?
what?
You know
That's
what?
one of the
And that's another thing. For me, I've never worn heels before.
Okay.
I've never, like, that's my biggest insecurity.
1 inch.
No, girl, no. I'm still building my confidence. I would wear now, but I don't know how my confidence is now. Like, I haven't tried to wear them now.
You should try.
I'll try, man. Not you challenging me. I grew up loving heels. I loved heels, and I would wear them, and people would make comments like, oh, you're so tall, why would you wear that? And for me, I was still at a point where I had not yet accepted my height. So for you to come to me and be like, oh, why would you wear that? I'm like, oh, you're right. Actually, like, now I'm reaching the sky, you know.
Wearing heels has been my biggest achievement in life. I love wearing heels. More especially when I saw Zozibini. I love Zozibini. She is my inspiration. And whenever I see her on television, I'll be like, oh my goodness, when can I meet this girl? I want to meet her. She made me realize that I am born for greatness. So since then, since I saw her on television, I asked my sister to buy me heels, and then luckily she did.
Oh, wow.
She did, and then she bought me, I can call that 6-inch heels. And
Do you have a picture maybe?
I'm gonna show you. I think it's on Facebook.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, how am I going to walk on these heels? And then she said if I can't walk on them, she's gonna take them back to the shop. I was like, okay, I have to. And trust me, right now I'm a pro of heels, but my only problem is that when I'm going out on a date, I don't have to wear heels because I will be short. I will be taller than my men.
But no, seriously, that's really an issue though, because I've noticed with myself as well, in as much as I've accepted my height, I'm still insecure.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm still insecure about being with a guy shorter than me. Like, I can't put it. That one is a no. That one is a no.
It's
like,
a no.
No. I remember the first guy I dated. He was tall. Okay. Not like primary stuff. I'm talking about high school mjolo. We decided to meet this other day, and we met. And the only thing that excited me, out of all things, was that he was taller than me. I remember I got home, I was excited.
Exactly.
Like, oh, for once, there's a guy taller than me. You know, I think, in as much as I've accepted my height, I can't deal. Like, being with a short guy, I can't deal.
And then you have to like.
I can't. I think it will just hit me
It's a
back.
turn off. I'm not saying anything about short guys, but I'm not up for those. I'm not up for those.
Okay, so another thing that I've noticed is when I have to get clothes for anything, you know, for me to get my size is difficult.
Yeah.
Because I can be size 28, but my pants need to be tall. You know, you know, so it's like, oh my goodness, how I've got a lot of clothes that are just 3/4, don't touch. because wow. And sometimes I've just had to up my size a bit so that it can accommodate
your height.
My height.
Have people ever been mean or rude to you because you are tall? Like the kind of questions, nasty questions they ask.
Mm.
Okay.
I just feel like people have the need to tell you that you're tall. Like, girl, I can see that I'm tall, but what you gonna tell me? What you gonna do?
Did I even ask?
Yeah, and yes, actually there was this guy that liked me in high school, right? And he was like, I don't know if he thought he was flirting with me or not, but it was actually rude coming on my side. He was like to me, I don't need to go to Kruger National Park to see a giraffe. I'm looking at one. And that cut me deep. Like, why are you trying to hurt my feelings?
Friend, it's not funny, but if I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry.
If I no laugh, I go cry. So it's better I laugh, even if I have to force it.
Exactly. And he was like to me, you know, I don't need to go to do that. And I feel like people really are, people are mean. People are mean.
Imagine someone asking you, how is the weather up there? I mean,
And sometimes people are not being rude or anything. People are just, you know, they're just commenting on what they see. And when it comes to me, because of how I feel about myself, that's why I'm saying it's not about them, it's about how I feel about myself. Because once I've accepted my height, then they can't shake me, you know.
Exactly.
They can't shake me. They'll comment whatever they want, but the truth remains that I'm tall, and I have to embrace it. I don't have to run away from it. I don't have to change it. I just have to accept that I'm tall and love. And I don't think I'd ever change that anymore.
Exactly.
Like, looking back,
don't.
no, I wouldn't. You know, now I sleep and stretch my legs and all of those stuff. I don't care about a damn. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
So what made you accept your height?
My height. Okay, I cried a lot.
Or have you accepted your height?
I have.
Okay.
I have. The reason why short girls want to be tall is the reason why I accepted my height.
Oh, so there's someone wanting what you want, but you
Exactly.
don't appreciate it.
You don't appreciate it.
Okay.
You have to appreciate what you are. You have to appreciate yourself. You have to embrace your individuality, your uniqueness. You have to understand that you are different from that person. You have to. The reason why I accepted my height is that it automatically made me to be confident.
So now that once you've accepted, you can be confident.
Yeah. You can be confident with who you are. You can be at peace with what you are in relation to what she is. It starts with accepting yourself, because you can't go up there or out there feeling intimidated just because people saying you have this and this and that. They have their own problems. They
do.
have.
Also, acceptance is the key. Like, to everything, you just need to
everything.
accept. Firstly, another problem I had, you know, I'm off ramping a bit, but another problem I had was with my nose. You know, I like, my nose is big. I didn't want my nose to be this big, especially because I was bullied a lot because of my nose. Like, people would make
It's not
comments.
that big.
What do you mean? People would make comments about my nose. You know, I remember this other guy one time, and it was at a point where I felt like I had accepted that I have a big nose, right? And they don't like what they say. The first step is to self-love, is to accept your nose. Please, they're right, for me at least. And then this guy was like, I don't know when it was during break time, I think, and he was like, yo, Charlene, your nose. I was like, what about it? God made it, you know. And he was like, no, God wouldn't make something so ugly.
That is disrespect. Trust me, that is disrespect. We have to kill him.
And I thought I had accepted, but at that point I was hurt, you know. I laughed, but I was hurt.
Pele, as much as you accept yourself, there are people out there who will try to push and push and push until you feel the pain. Even if you tell yourself that you have accepted it, people will still find a way to make you feel less.
Yes, but I think, okay, yes, people will try to make you feel less, but I think it's also important to work on ourselves, so that when people make those comments, of course it will hurt, but you know how to bounce back.
Exactly.
Unlike someone who hasn't accepted that, oh, this is how I am, this is what I look like.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt, you know, and you might not be able to bounce from that. Like, you're gonna have flashbacks about that. You're gonna be constantly thinking about that. So it's just important to have, like, look within yourself and just believe that, okay, this is who I am, and I believe because she's like, God made me and I'm beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember I used to cry. I used to cry because I'm tall. I was a cry.
God took his time to make you tall. You don't have to cry anymore. I mean, I don't want people or someone out there to tell me that I am too tall just because he or she is intimidated by her fragile masculinity. No. Please don't tell me I'm tall. We already know we are tall, right? We already know. And when we are wearing heels, we will even be more taller.
On the heel on the heels issue. I once had this classmate of mine and she was tall. She was taller than me. Oh my gosh. I loved her because she was taller than me. You know? And she said something like, I remember we were just having a conversation, although this is something she always said, but we were once, one day we were just having a conversation and I was in grade 7. And we were talking about how people always make comments when you wear heels or, you know, stuff like that. And she was like to me, I ask them, whenever they say such things, I just say to them, I'm tall, I wear heels, but you're also short, you're wearing flat shoes. Why don't you wear something that will lift your heels, your height up? And for me, I think that's why I was like, oh, okay, so that people who are tall and are wearing heels, you know, you're not threatened by what society is gonna say to you. So I think it helped me move on at the point. I mean, I was in grade 7 because remember, I was the tallest in my group. Taking pictures, I have to lean, you know.
Exactly.
I have to
Always
accommodate
have
the
to do
short
that.
people. I'm like, no, brother, this is me. You get? You said you're a poet. So how did that come about? What was the inspiration for you to write your first? What do you call it? I don't know. Your first poem. Like, what was the inspiration? What keeps you going even now?
Okay, poetry is something nice. It is how I express how I feel. It is how I tell the world what to expect from me. But more especially, I do godly poems, like at church, but I do have love poems. I can't really say what inspired me, but I just decided to write poems, just not to bottle things up to myself, but rather keep it in a book, like in a form of writing. Because I don't want to go through depression while I have a pen in the book, you know. That's what inspired me. And on the 30th of this July, right? On the 30th of July, I'm gonna be rendering a poem based on gender-based violence.
Where are you gonna be doing that?
Around Johannesburg, Center. So there's a
it's a center.
Yeah, GPV campaign thing.
Oh, so you're busy. That's why I said this girl has got some bio. Like she's busy. So you're gonna be doing that. Okay.
I'll be performing live.
Oh wow. Wow. That's big.
Yeah.
What can people be on the lookout for from you now? Like, what can we expect from Nompumelelo Mkhonto? You know?
Like I said, I'm in a journey pageant, Miss African Beauty finalist and Miss Spinner finalist. Okay, so I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping to get the queen title. I pray and I wish to be crowned as Miss Spinner because that's my hometown. And then one other thing, I'm not gonna back off until I get to international stage. Trust me, I'm gonna do it.
Yes, girl. Yes, and you will.
Thank you.
So where can people look? Where can the people find you?
I think social media platforms are the best way to communicate. So on Instagram, Lelo203, and then on Facebook, Prosperity Spear, a translation of Nompumelelo Mkhonto to English. And then what's the other social media? TikTok, Lelo, simple as that.
Okay.
Twitter, Nompumelelo Mkhonto.
You're also on Twitter.
Nompumelelo Mkhonto.
You're everywhere. So what would you like to say in closing to that one tall girl that can't just accept themselves?
Be tall, be brave, embrace yourself.
You've heard it all, you guys. I really had fun with this conversation, and we're also just enjoying ourselves in the sun. Okay. We're just enjoying ourselves in the sun. Thank you for coming and joining us. You're also a beautiful bunny. Are you subscribed?
I did. I mean, I even shared a link on my WhatsApp.
I'm joking. Yeah, so that's the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed. Please do part of the conversation in the comment section, and don't leave without subscribing.
Subscribe.